This is the record of the lineage of Jesus Christ, a descendant of David, who was himself a descendant of Abraham. Abraham became the father of Isaac, and Isaac was the father of Jacob. Jacob fathered Judas and his brothers. Judas, with Tamar, fathered Phares and Zara. Phares was the father of Ezrom, and Ezrom fathered Aram. Aram was the father of Amminadab. Amminadab fathered Nason, and Nason was the father of Salmon. Salmon and Rachel were the parents of Booz. Booz and Ruth became the parents of Obed, and Obed fathered Jesse. Jesse was the father of King David. King David, with the woman who had previously been Uriah's wife, fathered Solomon. Solomon was the father of Rehoboam. Rehoboam fathered Abiah, and Abiah was the father of Asa. Asa fathered Josaphat. Josaphat was the father of Joram, and Joram fathered Ozias. Ozias was the father of Joatham. Joatham fathered Achaz, and Achaz was the father of Ezekias. Ezekias fathered Manasseh. Manasseh was the father of Ammon, and Ammon fathered Josias. Josias became the father of Jeconias and his brothers around the time they were exiled to Babylon. After the deportation to Babylon, Jeconias fathered Salathiel, and Salathiel fathered Zerubbabel. Zerubbabel was the father of Abiud. Abiud fathered Eliakim, and Eliakim was the father of Azor. Azor fathered Sadok. Sadok fathered Achim, and Achim was the father of Asiad. Eliud fathered Eleazar. Eleazar was the father of Mathan, and Mathan fathered Jacob. Jacob was the father of Joseph, the husband of Mary, from whom Jesus was born, who is called Christ. Therefore, there are 14 generations in all from Abraham to David, 14 from David until the exile to Babylon, and 14 from the exile to Babylon until the Christ. The birth of Jesus Christ occurred in this manner. His mother, Mary, was pledged to be married to Joseph. However, before they came together as husband and wife, she was found to be pregnant through the Holy Ghost. Joseph, her betrothed, being a just man and unwilling to expose her to public disgrace, resolved to dissolve the engagement privately. But as he considered these things, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream, saying, "Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take Mary as your wife, because what is conceived in her is from the Holy Ghost. She will give birth to a son, and you are to give him the name Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins." All this took place to fulfill what the Lord had said through the prophet. "Behold, the virgin shall be with child and will give birth to a son, and they will call him Immanuel, which means God with us." When Joseph woke up, he did what the angel of the Lord had commanded him and took Mary home as his wife. But he had no union with her until she gave birth to her firstborn son, and he gave him the name Jesus. Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea during the reign of King Herod. Around that time, wise men from the east arrived in Jerusalem, asking, "Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw his star when it rose, and have come to worship him." When King Herod heard this, he was disturbed, and all Jerusalem with him. He called together all the people's chief priests and teachers of the law and asked them where the Messiah was to be born. "In Bethlehem, in Judea," they replied, "for this is what the prophet has written. But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, for out of you will come a ruler who will shepherd my people Israel." Then Herod secretly called the wise men and found out from them the exact time the star had appeared. He sent them to Bethlehem, saying, "Go and search carefully for the child. As soon as you find him, report to me so that I too may go and worship him." After they had heard the king, they went on their way, and the star they had seen when it rose went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, they returned to their country by another route. When they had gone, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream. "Get up," he said, "take the child and his mother and escape to Egypt. Stay there until I tell you, for Herod is going to search for the child to kill him." So he got up, took the child and his mother during the night, and left for Egypt, where he stayed until the death of Herod. This was to fulfill what the Lord had said through the prophet. "Out of Egypt I called my son." When Herod realized that he had been outwitted by the wise men, he was furious, and he gave orders to kill all the boys in Bethlehem and its vicinity who were 2 years old and under, in accordance with the time he had learned from the wise men. Then what was said through the prophet Jeremiah was fulfilled. "A voice is heard in Ramah, weeping in great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children and refusing to be comforted, because they are no more. After Herod died, an angel of the Lord appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt and said, "Get up, take the child and his mother, and go to the land of Israel, for those who were trying to take the child's life are dead." So he got up, took the child and his mother, and came into the land of Israel. But when he heard that Archelaus was reigning in Judea in place of his father Herod, he was afraid to go there. Having been warned in a dream, he withdrew to the district of Galilee, and he went and lived in a town called Nazareth. So was fulfilled what was said through the prophets, that he would be called a Nazarene.